Let's play. Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and I am joined with...
Skinny Mini!
And welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Woo!
Last time we left off, we finished episode 1, that being the adventure of the Great Departure. And as we know, Giselle Brett is the one that killed Dr. Watson.
That whole bag.
Definitely. A bag of many hoes. Now, unfortunately, we don't know why she did it. And even worse, it's almost like well, it's not almost. They are not going to try her in Japan. And it's like, well, that don't make any damn sense, but something's going on. Something strange. But in the meantime, well, we have another episode to go into. This is the adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Maybe go ahead and push A and start playing from the start of this episode. Yes, please. Boop.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Sholmes, huh?
Sholmes. Oh, God.
Good old Sholmes. Oh, so that just kind of continued, didn't it?
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. And in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Well, Herlock Sholmes. I'm not gonna say that.
No, we're gonna call him Sherlock. This is ridiculous.
Ooh. I understand why they did it.
You understand, yes.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna go with it. I don't care if anybody agrees or disagrees. Ugh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait, I can't move. Oh, that would explain why. What the? Why am I in handcuffs?
So you wake up now, Oh, this...
Well, hello.
Hello, sir. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man.
You... you found me then.
Da, we found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe,
Sorry.
Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is,
No. I'll tell you everything.
There's only one thing I'd like to know from you.
Isn't that...
Why did you do it? Why did you take his life?
But, Mrs. Sato... Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma?
Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt! You are the killer! Do not try to make excuses!
What?
Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside.
His body?
Please, do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep.
Kazuma's dead? But... No, he can't be! And these handcuffs... Surely you don't think I
have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me! Please!
No. No!
To be continued.
That would be a good spot for it, now, wouldn't it?
Right?
Kazuma... It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble?
Don't you find it funny being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study?
It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor? I thought I was gonna die!
Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look.
Hey! Well, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body!
Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you.
I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway.
They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure.
What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady?
From our faithful judicial assistant Miko Toba, you mean?
From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could have confided in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away.
No, but if she knew that what we'd done, that would make her guilt by association. It's best that only you and I know about this.
Well, I suppose so.
Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come by and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze.
Yeah, but what if the steward decides to open a wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it.
Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper?
What?
Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside.
I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together!
We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make any more trouble for yourself. Murderer!
No! I'm not a murderer!
Da! You said before. You said you would admit everything about your crimes.
No, that's not right! I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend?
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. And I apologize if I'm butchering the Russian accent. I'm not well versed in that.
You're doing it better than I could have. Sasato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know.
Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too.
Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try and find out what really happened. I don't think it matters. Let's just talk about his death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer?
When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside.
God, don't do a British accent. She's not British.
What do you mean?
There's no access to the cabin via the porthole window, and the bolts on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation?
This is impossible. How did he die then? What exactly happened?
Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances?
Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me.
Oh. She looks much sadder in HD.
Yeah, she does.
Like, oh my god, my heart.
The cause of death is still undetermined.
Wait, they don't know how he died?
The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call.
So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then?
That's true, yes.
incident.
Well, can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in the cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma?
Presumably, that's something you know the answer. Presumably, that's something you know the answer to better than anyone.
Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yeah, I was, but...
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't.
Does that mean that he was already dead when Sasato-san arrived at his cabin door? I wonder.
I knocked, but there was no reply. And I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside...
Dead.
There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor.
And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea what had happened. I must have been asleep in a wardrobe somehow.
I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe.
This is all very hard to believe for me, too. Trust me.
Well, hold on. One thing that gets me is like, even if he did do it, how could he like close the cabin door and then like paste that sticker on him? You know?
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I'm sure there's going to be people arguing, saying, "Oh, there's some way you can probably do it." Maybe, but it still seems like a decent enough logical gap to say like, well, something doesn't add up. But I guess I'm gonna think that maybe they noticed that, but they're thinking even more broader in general, where it's like, okay, then how the hell did anyone else, who else could have committed the crime when this is apparently a locked room mystery, you know?
True, right.
So
I know it's probably explained later, but it's just something that I always thought about when I saw it. I'm like, hold up.
nah, you're good.
Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question.
Yes, all right. Oh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. More words.
Stowaway. Why are you even on board the ship, Narahoro-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. Don't look in that wardrobe. It's a mess.
Ew.
I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing?
No. See, that would have been impossible, obviously.
Yes, of course.
Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together.
He actually asked you? But why?
I'm afraid I don't really know the answer myself, or the reason myself.
I don't understand.
Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you?
It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself.
Well, yeah, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious.
You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that.
but I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer.
Well, that's something you could decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Well, no, definitely not.
But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then...
Then what?
Nothing. Forget it.
Hmm?
He wanted to be partners.
We're gonna open up our agency together.
No. Oh. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you.
Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Sasato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean.
Not the murder.
Yeah, that was obvious.
If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me. To avoid me becoming guilty by association.
That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact.
That's nice. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
Well, okay, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, and just like I always did. After that, I...
Fell asleep?
Well, yes.
So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yes. Listen, I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything.
Really?
Something wrong?
Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it.
Sasato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it.
I really don't want to doubt you, but the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this.
Ugh.
Damn it.
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Ugh! I can't take this!
Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen.
I'm sorry, but Cosmo was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen.
Well, what do you propose to do then?
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me.
Hi-ya! Oh, yeah.
Yay! She did the thing!
Yay! She did it!
What the?
was a Susato takedown.
A Sasato what? What martial art form is that?
I'm going to need you to prove it.
Sorry? Prove it?
Yes, your innocence. I need evidence.
But how am I supposed to?
Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law.
Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. Well, I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that it proves that I'm not guilty of this awful crime. So actually, I think you're right where it says like, well, how the hell could he have done it because of the paper seal? I think it's actually the first thing we need to do. It's like, how the hell can I have done it when this was put over the doors when you found me? So,
Right.
Let's go ahead and present the paper seal.
Oops, I jammed it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Back. That's me. You're done.
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe earlier, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors?
Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly.
I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case a cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So, naturally, he did the same thing last night as well.
Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them.
But if I was truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this onto the outside of the doors on my own.
Yes, that's quite true.
In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma.
Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you.
Thank you, Sasato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up?
Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least.
Thank you! So you believe me?
I'm sorry. No,
What?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position.
What does she think I am? A magician? Oh, please don't. I just have terrible flashbacks to the other
God,
games.
No! For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same.
Alright, let's get to work, Sasato-san.
Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh,
I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
right.
What the hell are we gonna do? like, how are we gonna destroy evidence of officer in here?
Well, anyway, man, I read that wrong. Something's wrong with me today. Because I looked at start and I thought it said shart. I'm like, no, dude, don't do that.
Bruh.
I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Oh, it's cool. So, we have now entered the other portion of the game, and that's the investigation portion of the game. We have our court sections where we have to listen to testimony, present evidence, press, etc. But when it comes to investigating, we can look around the crime scenes. We can talk to people here. We can move to various areas. Actually, what happens if we do? Okay, I clicked on move, and he's like, I'm in handcuffs and under house arrest by the crew. Not to mention Sato-san's constant glares. I think it's fair to say that I'm stuck in a cabin for the time being, at least. I should focus on investigating in here to see what I can find out.
That's funny.
But you click on that if you want to go to different areas, and you can present things as well. So, to begin, and I'm also going to say this off the bat as well. Now, I know typically I like investigating everything in these games. I don't think I'm going to do that this time around because I want to just kind of get to where I need to go. So it's going to be a little bit more, hopefully more streamlined this time around. But don't worry.
Streamlined like a steamship?
Boo. But, don't worry, in the second game, we will definitely examine everything, you know?
Yay.
So, to begin, let's examine the sailor.
What up? Oh.
Perhaps I should see what this Russian cruiseman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me?
What?
I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean.
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime? Very funny.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke.
He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty.
He might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
Niet! Of course not! Now back to the corner of the room and make silent. I say no more to you.
Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered.
Shady!
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Sasato-san?
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly.
Ah, yeah, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Narahoro-san?
Sasato, what's going on?
I'm sure you're careful to look around using... aren't you? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin.
Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Don't worry, so is your ancestors. Now, what is nice too is like when you do examine items or people, you're gonna see this little red check mark. Now they started incorporating this, I want to say, in Dual Destinies. Before, you were kind of like just crap out of luck. It's like, did I do this already? I don't know. But so it makes the investigation portions a little bit easier. Let's take a look at the sword.
Kazuma sword, no!
It's so damn finicky, this, there we go.
Sorry, I'm eating a Cheeto.
You're okay.
That's Kazuma's sword. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Yeah, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on the trip.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet.
Oh, baby girl.
Do you see that kind of on the left? You see like a broken, like, purple thing on the ground?
Ooh, yeah.
Let's click on that. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have been broken clean in two.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuku fastener with a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he?
And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has sort of a brick-like hue.
Yeah, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Kinda looks like somebody shat on the ground. Like
I was just about.
Even though I don't see anything on the same color anywhere else in the cabin. This looks like a Chipotle accident.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Let's take a look at the
Jeez.
that red frame, that plaque on the wall.
Wait. Oh, that. Yeah, okay, yeah. I went to the red dresser, to the suitcase for a second. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Why'd you do it? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. I wonder if that's a pun. Burya.
Burya.
SS Burya. I don't know.
Oh, I gotta press A.
It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are strictly also forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide.
Well, one thing's for certain. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Okay.
She called you a pet, dog.
Woman. Let's take a look at that wall scroll on the right.
Okay.
Segi. Segi, I don't know.
I think it's Segi.
Segi. Sega, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true. Just like Kazuma.
Sure about that? Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Just like Kazuma indeed.
I ship it.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to?
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Oh. Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win.
Well, frick.
Let's take a look at the plate on the bottom. See how it's overturned?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Sasato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
Oh no, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible.
Oh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach.
Well.
Let's take a look at the luggage that's leaning on the desk there on the left.
Okay.
That's a very large traveling case, isn't it?
Yeah, it carries a lot of memories for me.
Memories? What do you mean?
Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Ah, yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese.
Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here.
Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds.
Well, it was less painful than a Sasato takedown.
Oh, well.
Okay. What about that weird lettering on the floor?
Riding on the floor.
Come on, control there. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink.
He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it.
I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing.
I don't think that's Japanese, Narahoro-san.
Wait, what? Then what language is it?
Did we just get an achievement, by the way?
Did we? I didn't notice one.
I thought something was in the top left corner. I don't know. I'm distracted, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
It pains me to admit it, but I don't know.
It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder?
It's Russian!
What? Let's take a look at the bookshelf. Oh, it's me, sorry. The books the books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. What? Hold on. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They're all toppled the same way.
And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well.
Yeah, it's almost as if the whole shelf had been ransacked and everything mown down at once.
I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training. Do you think?
Oh, is that what you call it, Sasato?
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
I seriously doubt it.
Then perhaps it was you, Narahoro-san, in a fit of rage.
I wouldn't have bothered leaving a wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see it a mess.
Ta-da!
Yay! Neat.
You can also hear like the little rummaging when she fixes it.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the desk on the left.
Disc.
This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
London Diary. You know what's actually interesting? Because, obviously they read and write, vertical. Yeah, vertical.
Mm-hmm.
That the lines are vertical.
Mm-hmm. That's so cute.
Like, that's awesome. Like, I'm sure to anyone who reads or writes vertically in any language, it's like, oh yeah, it's common, duh. But for us, it's like, that's weird. It should be horizontal. or like, I know, like growing up, I was always confused, like any of the books that my parents own, or anytime I visited family in Egypt, like it always looked like the books were reversed. Like the cover was on the right-hand side, and it's like, huh? And it didn't click until I was a little bit older. It's like, yeah, you idiot, Arabic is written and read right to left. I'm like, oh.
Oh, God.
I do wish I was able to understand it, or like read and write it. I barely speak it, but
you understand it still when it's spoken, so
yeah,
that's cool.
I am happy about that. I understand the Egyptian dialect of Arabic fluently. Although oddly enough, I don't know why this is, till this day. I can understand basically kind of everything, Arabic fluently, but I keep getting my numbers and my colors mixed up.
Oh.
I don't know why. Especially my numbers. Like, after 10, I'm screwed. it's like someone tells me something in the thousands or millions. I'm like, man, just tell me in English. I don't know.
And just do it.
I would like to, expand my, I don't know, vocabulary. But I gotta get a grasp of the English language first, so. Anyway. Oh, poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his final destination. Hey, what? Sorry, I was thinking of the movie.
Me too. I was like, huh?
It looks as though the last entry is incomplete.
Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue.
That's out of the question!
What?
What? Oh, freaking sorry if you hear that. He's playing his video games.
It's all good.
Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts.
But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright. I won't read it. Excuse me.
Poor Kazuma-sama.
I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Alright, let's move over to the left portion here. Let's take a look at the wardrobe.
The wardrobe. Oh. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh no. I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout.
The trouble was, I never knew what a member of the crew might come in. So, yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not. Do you see the thing next to it? Like the red and gold thing, cord? Let's click on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. This is a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try?
Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
No, I'm sure it's just that everyone's busy, that's all. Oh.
Oh. Ouch.
Right.
Ouch.
What about the vent up there?
Skilly. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody call it the full name.
A ventilator?
That's super weird.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, it looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, well, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that?
I suppose. Maybe that's it.
What the hell?
What the hell? Like, I kind of forgot. Oh man, that means I gotta whoop out my terrible accent. Okay, well, this is where people are gonna get upset, but I don't give a damn.
I think it's great.
Oh well, thank you. Who's that? He wasn't there a moment ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. What?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, how did he...
I love her profile. Like, what the hell? Sir?
Are you seeing the same thing out here? You've noticed this in the man too, have you? I've no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall.
Narahodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is?
Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Cosmodesk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell.
Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him.
Am I just imagining it, or does Sato-san look almost uncontrollably excited?
By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case. If you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself.
Oh, please do.
Ooh.
So let's try that again. Let's examine and put my crosshairs on him.
Hey, dude.
Beep. Excuse me? Excuse me? Do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point of my investigation.
Maybe I should... Oh, that's you. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly.
Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
Oh, Jesus Christ, help me.
Ah!
Scared.
Jump scare! Hold on. What did he actually say? Hold on. History. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long.
Ah! The hell?
What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? He's gonna kill me. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. What? You know what? Never mind. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? Wait, what? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh! Well, that's true at least.
But how?
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elemental deduction, hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
Oh, but of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. Huh? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. Huh. And when a be-ribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Bruh.
Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name. I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
Wait, what?
And you're plotting a revolution too! It's shameful behavior, Narahiro-san. Absolutely wicked.
No. Listen, there's no way I...
Hiya! Now explain yourself. Tell me everything.
This is ridiculous.
How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously!
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you! What kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head! But was I not right? Whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you did find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Did you not? Well, yes, maybe. There you have it, you see? What do you make of that? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more like plain observation. Indeed. An observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude, and more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. My apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. Okay? Not Herlock Sholmes, like some people like to lead you to believe. Sherlock Holmes.
Because we can't get copyrighted if we say it.
Yeah.
So, it's really you? The actual Sherlock Holmes?
The very same. The inimitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Sasato-san?
The famous detective in the world? Narahiro-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on, then?
We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Why indeed?
Why in heckadeed?
But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's actually a good place to stop with the introduction of our good old buddy Sherlock. Next time, we will converse with him and see what he has to tell us regarding this whole situation. And maybe, just maybe, we can make some progress.
Yes.
So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time for Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
See ya.
Love you all so much. Have a great day.
Bye.